Hello there you guys, welcome to another one of my live videos, and today I'm just going to be officially updating you on some more current latest transfer rooms and gossip that's going on in the press. So if you do consider drop your likes, and if you do consider subscribe to the channel as always. So potentially we'll get into some more transfer rumours, that are going on today. We'll discuss with you a bit about Arsenal's, and we'll discuss with you a little bit about Chelsea's as well. But so we'll cut straight to the chase. So reportedly, as we all know, that Arsenal are looking to strengthen up in this current January transfer window, as we all currently know in the process. So potentially Umar has confirmed he wants one or two players in this January transfer window, as he has currently confirmed. So potentially by two key positions he wants to strengthen up. He wants to potentially get a centre back in, and he wants a winger in, as well as does Umar. Potentially, we know the tickets, they have potentially, been interesting, but Umar has ruled out Arsenal making any permanent signings in this January window, and he's potentially said Arsenal can only make loan signings. So he said potentially Arsenal can only afford loan signings, from Umar's perspective, as we all know, because they have got injury problems. Ozil, I think he's just been back in training, so I think he's just recovered from his injury, but he's future uncertain. Welbeck's going to be leaving, and as they all know, Ramsey is going to be leaving as well. But obviously, Arsenal haven't been getting the right amount of funds to spend on players that they currently want. This is why they probably haven't been up there challenging for the league for so long, Arsenal, as we all know. But potentially, they want to get top four this season to get Champions League for next season to invest money into their club and to potentially attract players' interest, as we all know. But big breaking news now is coming out of the media, guys, just to report that reportedly we know Aaron Ramsey has agreed to join Juventus in the summer, as we all know, and he's going to be the second highest paid player behind Cristiano Ronaldo. But reportedly, Juventus are still keen on getting him in this January transfer window, reportedly. But Umar did make it clear he wants to keep Aaron Ramsey, until his current contract expires in the summer. But now Juventus could convince to let Aaron Ramsey go in his current January transfer window, because reportedly, according to the Italian press that has just reported, that reportedly Juventus are willing to offer Medhi Benaita in exchange to get Aaron Ramsey in this month, because potentially that is one of the key positions where Umar may want to strengthen up his essential defensive position. And reportedly, Juventus have offered Medhi Benaita, who were mentioned in the press quite a few days ago, in a swap deal. So they've offered Medhi Benaita in exchange for Aaron Ramsey. So they're willing to offer Medhi Benaita to Arsenal, so Juventus can get Aaron Ramsey in this current January month, in this January transfer window, as I said. So potentially Medhi Benaita, as I said, he's 31 years of age, so he is out of his prime as a player. Arsenal have got quite a few aging up players, to be quite honest with you, but he's 31. He's a centre-back for Juventus, is this Medhi Benaita. He signed for Juventus permanently in 2017. I think he's made 6 appearances so far this season for Juventus as a player. He's Moroccan, as I said, he's 31 years of age. He's a Juventus centre-back, as I said. Potentially he's played at underneath in the past. I think he had 3 years at underneath when he was young in his prime. He had a season with Roma. He was at Bayern Munich as well. He won the Bundesliga in his both seasons with Bayern Munich. I think he's been at a couple of teams on loan. When he was in his youth career, he actually began his career with Marcella, this Medhi Benaita. But it's obviously one of the key areas where Umar may want to strengthen up is his central defensive we all know. So this could actually convince Arsenal to go along with this deal, according to the Italian press. Juventus have offered Medhi Benaita, in exchange for Aaron Ramsey, reportedly. So Juventus are still keen on getting a deal over the line this month for Aaron Ramsey, because potentially it came out in the press, regarding Aaron Ramsey, that reportedly he's agreed to join Juventus in the summer, this summer, when his contract expires. It was his favoured destination to go to, was Aaron Ramsey. He did say he reportedly agreed a 5-year deal. Reportedly agreed a 5-year deal worth 36 million. I think a salary of around £140,000 a week and about 7.2 million a season, which is going to potentially make him the second highest paid player at Juventus, just behind Cristiano Ronaldo. But obviously, a lot of Arsenal fans are going to miss him, as I said, because he's grown and developed over the years as Aaron Ramsey. He's still in his mid-20s now, or something like that. I think I can't remember how old he is, but I think he's somewhere along the line in his mid-20s. He's Aaron Ramsey, but he's grown and developed very, very well. He's been a very, very good, fantastic servant for Arsenal over the years. He has been there 10 years as Aaron Ramsey, and Arsenal paid £5 million for him from Cardiff, where he'd risen up the youth system. And since he's been at Arsenal, he's made over 300 odd appearances in all competitions. I think he's scored 60 odd goals. He's won 3 FA Cups with them, scored twice. He scored in 2 of the finals as well, did Aaron Ramsey, as we all know. But as I said, it did say he signed a pre-contract agreement deal with Juventus, did Aaron Ramsey, but he's been a good servant for Arsenal. I think, he's had a good standing ovation from Arsenal, and Umar give him all his respect as well. But he is a very, very good box-to-box midfielder. But as Umar did make it clear that potentially they can't afford any permanent, they can only afford loan deals, so they can't afford to get any permanent signings, just for this month, as we all currently know. But obviously Arsenal are in that market now to try and find a replacement for Aaron Ramsey, as I currently said, but he's been a good servant over the years. As I said, as Aaron Ramsey, he's been at Arsenal like 10 years now, so he's been a very, very good servant. As I said, potentially Arsenal blatantly told him he's not getting a new contract, so he's going to leave in this summer, as we all couldn't know. So whether it be in this summer or whether it be in this January window, I do not know. But now, reportedly, Juventus have tempted Arsenal's stance now over Aaron Ramsey in this January window, because now reportedly they have offered Medhi Benaita, who actually has been a potential Arsenal target, because it came out in the press, quite a few days ago about that as well. But yeah, there were a few teams interested in Aaron Ramsey, but from Aaron Ramsey's perspective, he wanted to go to Juventus, and he's going to be playing amongst around good players. At Juventus, they've won the past 7 Serie A titles. They've become the runners up. Most times in the Champions League as well. He's going to be getting around 140,000 or is it 150,000 pounds a week at Juventus, and he's going to be the second highest player, just behind Cristiano Ronaldo. Is Aaron Ramsey, but reportedly this Moroccan 31-year-old Medhi Benaita has reportedly Juventus have offered him in exchange, to get Aaron Ramsey to, Turin this month. Reportedly, even though he has agreed to join in the summer as Aaron Ramsey. But we know potentially other Arsenal targets, where they've been interested, and we know that they've been potentially, heavily linked to Denis Suarez, as we all know, and that's potentially, one of Emery's targets. He wants to get into the Emirates Stadium, and obviously Emery's had experience of working with Denis Suarez, as we all know. But potentially Arsenal have been in negotiations with his representatives about getting around the 14, or is it a 15 million deal over the line, as I said. But obviously Emery has only confirmed he can only make loan signings in this he's only going to be, Arsenal can only afford loan signings in his January window, as we all know. But Denis Suarez is versatile. He can play around the left, he can play on the right, and he can play centrally as well. So if he was to come into Arsenal would have to think about where he would fit in the team best. If he did go to the Emirates Stadium, Denis Suarez, and I think he does want to make the move to Arsenal. As he has made it clear. 1 minute, Barcelona were playing hardball, saying they weren't willing to do any business for him in January, but now all of a sudden they seem to have softened the stance on Denis Suarez, and now reportedly Arsenal are only keen on getting him out on loan, as I said. But I think maybe only Barcelona will go along with this as long as there's a clause included to make the deal permanent this summer, as we all currently know. But we know Arsenal have been in talks, to get Denis Suarez. It's been one of Emery's key targets, as we all know. He's 25 years of age. As I said, he's Denis Suarez. Reportedly, the Barcelona president did get involved in this, and the president's been in negotiations with Arsenal, and he's reportedly promised Denis Suarez a move, to Arsenal in this current January transfer window. But obviously, he says Emery says they can only afford loan signings, so potentially Arsenal will potentially be getting him on loan, to see how he progresses, see how he fits in the team, and then maybe Arsenal then, if he performs well, will consider getting him permanently in the summer. Denis Suarez, as I said, but he began his youth career at Manchester City, when he was a lot younger in his prime. He played Celta Vigo reserve team, Barcelona reserve team, as we all know, and he also played for Villarreal as well, and he actually won the Europa League on, when he was on loan with Sevilla, actually when Emery was there as well. But he has been a potential Arsenal target, as we all know, as Denis Suarez, and he's been heavily linked with a move to the Emirates. Negotiations, of course, have been going on over this as well. But potentially, Barcelona are looking to cash in on the player as well. But reportedly, this Denis Suarez, reportedly this depends on all Alvaro Morata as well, because Morata's obviously reportedly linked with a move now to Barcelona on loan. We'll get more into that soon, but he's linked with a move to Barcelona on loan. Is Alvaro Morata. Barcelona are keen on getting Alvaro Morata, back to Spain, on loan, as I said. But this could all depend on whether Denis Suarez goes to Arsenal or not. So potentially Morata may join Barcelona on loan, potentially, as long as Denis Suarez does join Arsenal. So there is a key factor in that scenario. So if potentially Denis Suarez doesn't join Arsenal, then potentially Morata may not make the move to Barcelona on loan. So that's dependent, as I currently said. But another potential target, as I said, that Arsenal have obviously been interested in as well. They are still keeping track of Ever Banega as well. They're currently keen on getting Ever Banega on loan, because obviously he's got an 18 million release clause. His current Ever Banega's representatives have been in London, to negotiate a deal over this week or two ago, or whenever it was. Reportedly, I think he's reluctant, to leave midway through the season. Is this Ever Banega? To be quite honest with you, he is 30 years of age. He is Argentinian. He's the player. He is an attacking midfielder, but reportedly Arsenal are keen on getting this Ever Banega on loan, because obviously Umren's had experience of working with him in the past. He worked for him at Sevilla. He worked for him, when he was young, when Ever Banega was young in his prime, with Valencia. I think he had 7 years there, something like that. He played 162 games. This is now his second spell at Sevilla. Is Ever Banega's, because he's won 2 Europa Leagues. He was at Inter Milan for 1 season as well. Was the player, as we all know, being on loan deals with Atletico Madrid and Newell Old Boys. As we all currently know, but Umren's had experience of working with Ever Banega, so he's obviously keen on reuniting with Ever Banega, as we all know. So potentially, as I did say, guys, that's been a potential another Arsenal transfer target, as well as Ever Banega, because Arsenal had been in negotiations over that as well. Had been in negotiations of that as well. But as I did say, with the Denis Suarez situation, it all depends on, this is a key factor whether Morata goes to Barcelona on loan or not, because Barcelona are keen on getting him. I think this will only happen, though, reportedly, if Denis Suarez does join Arsenal, reportedly. So, yeah, potentially, though Arsenal know Welbeck's going to leave as well. But 2 areas Umren's has addressed, as is the wing. He wants a winger and he wants a strong central defender as well. So they have been linked with quite a few targets. We know that Arsenal have also been linked, with Yannick Carrasco, as we all currently know. Yannick Carrasco reportedly has been offered to Arsenal. Reportedly he's willing to accept a cup deal, as well as this Yannick Carrasco. He is age 25, as I said. He is Belgium. He is a winger and he currently plays for Delaney Fang in the Chinese Super League, as we all know. He's been there like a year now. They got him from Atletico Madrid for 27 million. As I said, he scored in the Champions League final for Atletico Madrid. He spent 2.5 years at Atletico Madrid, this player. And he actually, he began his senior career with Monaco as well. And he risen up the youth system, with Genk as well, did this current play. But he is a winner. He's called Yannick Carrasco. Reportedly, Arsenal have been linked with him. Reportedly, we've been interested in him as well. Reportedly, AC Milan have also been interested in him as well. But reportedly, he's been offered to Arsenal. Reportedly, he does want to make the move to Europe, does the player, and he's been offered to Arsenal as this Yannick Carrasco, reportedly. So he's been a potential Arsenal target. Arsenal have been in negotiations with his agent, as we all currently know, but I think he does want to make the move to Europe, and he's been in China now a year as this player. Don't really know much about him, to be quite honest with you, but as I said, Arsenal, of course, have been linked with him as well, as I said. So yeah, that's really, mainly Arsenal's transfer news to update you with. So the latest reports from the Italian press are reporting that Juventus have reportedly offered Medhi Benaita, in exchange so they can get Ramsey in this January window. But we know he's obviously agreed to join Juventus in the summer, and I think he did say he was going to be, Ramsey was going to be having his medical tomorrow, as well, as that did confirm. But, Arsenal have been interested in a few targets, as I said, attack if they look good. They've got Aubameyang and Lacazette, that delivering the goals for them very, very good. And, the scoring goals, as we all currently know, in the process. So, potentially, they are doing really, really well. But it's one of the key areas. He wants to strengthen his win and he wants to strengthen his central defence, up does Umren's, as we all know. So potentially now we'll get into a bit of Chelsea's transfer rumours to update you with. Now we'll get into a bit of Chelsea's news. So potentially Sarri's looking to bolster his squad up, as we all currently know. As I've been updating you in the last couple of days, about Chelsea's transfer rumours, because potentially, Chelsea could see quite a few of their players go, as we all know. So potentially, as I did say to you, Morata's out of favour. As I did say to you, I think Barcelona have been interested in Willian as well, so his future's uncertain. Callum Hudson, he's been linked with Bayern Munich. Eden Hazard's future's still uncertain. Obviously, Fabregas now has joined Monaco, so obviously Chelsea will want to find replacements, as we all currently know. And obviously, Sarri's got a few potential targets, on his radar, as we all know. And I think Chelsea are good at creating chances. They are good at holding on to the ball, but they do need someone in that attacking third of the pitch, and they need someone in their front line. And Sarri wants to bolster his front line, as we all know. But as I did say, his main priority target, Sarri's, has been AC Milan's Gonzalo Higuain, as we all know. That's been his main priority target, to replace the unsettled Alvaro Morata, as we all know. And we know potentially there has been negotiations going on. I think Juventus have made it clear that around £32 million for Gonzalo Higuain, because he's initially on loan at AC Milan from Juventus, as well. So potentially it has been Sarri's number one target as Gonzalo Higuain. I think Gonzalo Higuain does potentially, want to make the move to Chelsea. The Spanish press reported the other day that, he'd agreed personal terms, to join Chelsea, Gonzalo Higuain, because he has been, potentially heavily linked with, with a move from for Bridge, and he is 31 years of age. He is 31 years of age, but reportedly there has been negotiations going on between Higuain's agent and his brother being, to London, to negotiate with Sarri about potentially, with Gonzalo Higuain, potentially, making a move to Stamford Bridge. Potentially there has been negotiations going on, as I said, Chelsea being linked with him. But as I also did say, the Chelsea director obviously has got reservations about Chelsea getting Gonzalo Higuain, considering that he is in his early 30s and he is out of his prime now. Potentially, the director of Chelsea has reservations about potentially, paying 30 odd £million for a player that is 31 years of potentially. Chelsea have got a good chance of policy, but they've also got a strict policy. Potentially, they don't really give players no longer than 12 months on a contract if they are in their 30s and potentially they are out of their prime, as we all know. But I think Gonzalo Higuain does want to make the move to Chelsea. He would potentially bolster Chelsea's front line up very, very well. He would guarantee them goals because he is a prolific goal scorer, and obviously Sarri's keen player, as we all know, because he was with him, when obviously Gonzalo Higuain was young in his prime at Napoli. Sarri was there at one point where he scored 36 goals in one season. But as I did say, there's been a few teams interested. As I did say, Chelsea have been heavily linked to him. As we all know, he had 6 good years when he was young in his prime in Real Madrid. He had 3 good years with Napoli. As I said, he broke the Serie A record. He had 2 good years with Juventus. Juventus obviously paid £5 million for him, and he won the domestic double in his first 2 seasons. Obviously, AC Milan have obviously had to pay out a loan fee to get him for around £16-17 million, and he hasn't really established himself at AC Milan, to be quite honest with you. But potentially AC Milan have the option to make the deal permanent in the summer for around £30 odd million for the player. But as we all know, he has been Chelsea's main priority target, to replace Alvaro Morata. And we know the narrative started, with talks about Morata and Gonzalo Higuain, as a potential swap deal, as I said. But there's now a few teams interested in Alvaro Morata. He's out of favour now at Stamford Bridge, as we all know. Is Alvaro Morata. He's out of favour now at Stamford Bridge, is Alvaro Morata, as we all know, and he hasn't lived to expectation levels, at Chelsea. He's no longer Sarri's number 1 choice, and I said recently, in the Premier League, he's been putting Eden Hazard in a false number 9 position up front on his own, as Sarri, as we all know. But we know Morata's no longer number 1 choice, Chelsea team, as we all know. He's falling down the pecking order, and he hasn't really established himself, and I said, especially since Sarri's come in, he hasn't lived, to expectations, as we all currently know, and potentially Chelsea paid £60 million for him in 2017, so he hasn't really proven himself in the Premier League. But as I did say regarding Morata, he was good when he was young in his prime with Real Madrid. He made a big, massive impact. Spent most of his playing career with Real Madrid, and he's highly experienced of playing in Spain. He had 2 good years with Juventus in Italy as well, did Morata, but he hasn't, lived to expectation levels, since he's gone to Stamford Bridge, as I said. Reportedly, there has been a few teams interested. Reportedly, there has been negotiations going on. Atletico Madrid have expressed their interest in negotiations going on. Sevilla, well, Morata's agent was in discussion with the Sevilla representatives about him potentially, going to Sevilla out on loan, because Chelsea are looking to sanction him out on a loan deal, as we all currently know. Sevilla have been interested, Atletico Madrid have been interested, AC Milan have previously been interested, and now the latest team, according to the Spanish outlet, that are interested are Barcelona. So reportedly, Barcelona looking to bolster their front line, and Barcelona are reportedly keen on getting Alvaro Morata on loan, according to the Spanish press. But as I said earlier, this all depends if Denis Suarez does join Arsenal or not. This all depends whether Denis Suarez joins Arsenal. If Barcelona somewhere along the line get a deal over the line, for Alvaro Morata to get him on loan, and then probably have the option to permanently sign him in the summer, as we all know. But Chelsea wants to sanction, obviously, Alvaro Morata out on loan. But the Sevilla director confirmed that he was interested in getting Morata to Sevilla, but he said negotiations, were complicated. As he currently explained out, as he said. So it looks like Morata's going to be leaving. So potentially, as they did say, Chelsea have had a few backup options as well if they do fail. With the move for Gonzalo Higuain. They may not probably sign Gonzalo Higuain. They may not sign him because the Chelsea director, I said, has got strong reservations about it, as I said. But there's been interest in Callum Wilson as an alternative. He's done well for Bournemouth this season, as I said. But as I did say, I don't think Medhi is willing to do any business, for Callum Wilson. It got mentioned as well, they have been interested in Icardi. Of Chelsea as well, they have been interested in Icardi as well. Potentially proven goal scorer. He can lead the lines very, very well. He's been fantastic with Inter Milan. I think he scored over 100 goals since he's been at Inter Milan. I think he scored 131 goals in all of his playing career. As Icardi, he's Inter Milan's 9th highest top goal scorer, as we all know, and he has been at Inter Milan since 2013, but I think maybe Chelsea may prefer, Chelsea board and the Chelsea director, may prefer Icardi over Gonzalo Higuain because they are both proven prolific goal scorers. They are both good, efficient finishers, and they are very, very clinical. But obviously, Icardi is younger than Gonzalo Higuain, but he does have around the 99, 100 million release clause. As we all know, there's Icardi in his current contract, as we all know. He actually used to play for Sampdoria when he was young in his prime. I think he only had one season there, but he was very, very impressive, and that's what attracted the interest of Inter Milan to get him. And now I think this is his sixth season, and he's a really, really good, proven, prolific goal scorer, as we all currently know. And I think he bolsters Chelsea's line, fantastically well, would Icardi as well. But of course, Chelsea have been linked with him as well. And it also looks like, Gary Cahill's also, going to be leaving Chelsea as well. But potentially, in that wing position, as I currently said, potentially, Eden Hazard's future still uncertain with Chelsea. He hasn't committed his future yet. He hasn't signed a new contract yet with Chelsea because he's coming to an end of it soon, as I said. But, currently updating you guys, potentially Real Madrid, are the team that have been interested in Eden Hazard, as we all know, because he admitted before that I loved Real Madrid. Some people say Eden Hazard's overrated, as I said, but potentially Chelsea still know how much of an essential player he is, and potentially he is Chelsea's best player. He's made over he's scored over 100 goals now for Chelsea. I think he's made over 200 odd appearances, since he's been at Stamford Bridge, or is it 300 odd appearances since he's been at Stamford Bridge, since 2012, as we all currently know. But Real Madrid, as we all know, have been linked to him as well. And as I did say to you, obviously they've got Pulisic confirmed for the summer, as we all know. He's going to be playing for Chelsea in the summer, as we all know. Chelsea agreed a £58 million deal, with Borussia Dortmund, as we all know, for this, and he's looking forward to going to play in the Premier League. Chelsea have got to think about, where he'll fit best in the team. Do you think he'll grow and develop very, very well under Sarri, as we all know? But he's proven himself very, very well in Germany, with Borussia Dortmund. But as I did say, he's been out of favour with Dortmund this season. He's been in and out of the team, and he's looking forward to coming to play in the Premier League. He's very, very young in his prime. He's only 20 years of age, so he has got a lot of years ahead of him, as Pulisic, as we all currently know. But obviously, Sarri still wants more of an upgrade, to that, as he has basically confirmed as well. Callum Hudson's obviously linked with a move to Bayern Munich as well. And I think he does want to make the move to Bayern Munich, does Callum Hudson, as he has made it clear, reportedly Bayern Munich are looking to get some young players into their team, as we all know, because, they have got a few aging up players. Bayern Munich have reportedly have offered him the number 10 shirt to fulfill the number 10 shirt at Bayern Munich. And I think he does want to make the move to Munich because he's told the Chelsea director he wants to leave. I think Sarri is still keen on keeping Callum Hudson, to quite honestly, but he hasn't been playing that much this season. He's been lacking for, he hasn't been getting enough starts in the Chelsea squad this season. There's been no sign of him signing a new contract. He's got 18 months left, I think, on his contract, so that's a year and a half. And he's only 18 years of age, as is Callum Hudson, as we all know, but he's a player that wants first-team football under his belt. I know he has been playing in the last couple of games for Chelsea, but I think he does potentially want to make the move. Bayern Munich have been very, very interested in him, as we all know, but potentially Bayern Munich so far had 3 bids turned down. A 4th bid got put in. Reportedly, a £35 million bid had been accepted by Chelsea. And yes, that's what it reportedly said. But reportedly, there's no buyback clause included in this. Reportedly, but I think potentially, Callum Hudson could make the move to Bayern Munich because there has been a lot of rumours, going on about it as well. But obviously Chelsea are in the market, to try and find a replacement now for Cesc Fabregas. As I did update you guys yesterday, that obviously he's confirmed the move to Monaco. He has joined Monaco as Fabregas after serving 12, 13 years in English football. Cesc Fabregas making over 500 odd appearances, as we all know. But obviously, Sarri's in the market to try and find a replacement for Fabregas. But he's been a good servant over the years in the Premier League. He's grown and developed, fantastically well. He won the Premier League. He's won with his time at Chelsea. He had 5 years at Chelsea. He won 2 Premier Leagues, the League Cup and the FA Cup, but he won the Premier League under Mourinho, 1 season with Mourinho, and he won it under Conte as well. Did Cesc Fabregas, and obviously he is joining Monaco now. He has joined Monaco, as he has confirmed. He's reuniting with Thierry Henry, as we all know, and he used to play, alongside Thierry Henry, in the Arsenal squad, as we all know, when he was young in his prime. Cesc Fabregas served 8 years at Arsenal, at just the age of 16, and he grew and developed very, very well and won the FA Cup with Arsenal, and I think he made about 303 appearances for Arsenal. We know he had a 3-year spell, with Barcelona as well, did Cesc Fabregas. But yeah, he's been a good servant in English football, served 12, 13 years. He had talked with Monaco, did Fabregas, but now it has confirmed he has joined Monaco on a 3.5-year deal. Obviously, Monaco's struggling this season, they're sitting 19th in Liga 1, so hopefully from Monaco's perspective, Fabregas, can improve them to try and get them, to fight off relegation, as I said. But he has broken several club records, as says Fabregas. He is now 31 years of age, so he is out of his prime, as I said. But it is a 3.5-year deal, but Monaco haven't paid any kind of fee, for Fabregas. But I think, there will be bonus requirements involved, and I think Monaco will pay, Chelsea, for Fabregas with his linked performances, as I said, so some kind of bonuses involved, as I currently said. But yeah, it's officially he's gone to Monaco now. So Chelsea want a replacement for him. So they have got in line. They have got Nicola Barella, who's obviously been one of our targets as well. He says we reportedly willing to pay off. We offered £30 million for Nicola Barella. He is age 21, as we all know. He's his current player. He's a Cagliari midfielder. He's on the contract till 2022 with Cagliari as well. He can play anywhere in the midfield. So reportedly, his player's versatility is very, very good. I think they're actually reluctant to let him go, Cagliari. But there's been a few teams, that have been interested in him, as I said. But as I did say, guys, reportedly, there's been a few teams interested in him. Chelsea have identified him as a replacement for Fabregas, as I currently said. But also, that's been mentioned in the media as well, that Chelsea, well, it did say initially Chelsea had agreed deals in principles for Leandro Paredes, the current Zenit St. Petersburg's midfielder, and, and Nicola Barella, as I currently said. But yeah, reportedly Chelsea have been interested in this Leandro Paredes. He's a Zenit St. Petersburg midfielder. He's aged 24, I think he does want to leave Russia. Reportedly he's a Zenit St. Petersburg midfielder. I think he actually began his career with Boca Juniors, didn't he? He's actually a former Roma player as well. I think where he spent like 3 years with Roma, did the player as well. Zenit St. Petersburg, I think, paid around 23 million for him, or something like that, and signed him on a 4-year contract or something like that. It reportedly said Chelsea submitted a £30 million bidding, for the midfielder as well. But reportedly that's been one of potential Chelsea's targets, to replace Cesc Fabregas reportedly as well. It's called Leandro Paredes or something like that, but he's Zenit St. Petersburg midfielder, ex-Roma player, as we all know, as well, and he's only 24 years of age, so potentially he's young in his prime. He's this player, that Cagliari midfielder is only 21 years of age, so he's a lot younger in his prime as well, so he's 3 years younger than Leandro Paredes, as we all know. But it was big breaking news to update you on this video that reportedly, the Italian press have reported that reportedly Juventus have offered Medhi Benaita, in exchange for Aaron Ramsey, because obviously Juventus is still keen on getting Ramsey this month, as we all currently know, even though he has agreed to join them in the summer on a free transfer, and he's going to be the second highest paid player with Juventus, is Aaron Ramsey. So this may convince Arsenal to go along with this deal, and Aaron Ramsey this may soften Emery's stance now regarding Aaron Ramsey in this January window, and he may let him go in this January window. If Arsenal get Medhi Benaita, which obviously Juventus are willing to offer, as it has been confirmed in the press, as I said. So anyway, drop your comments, like, below on the channel. If you do consider subscribing, as always.